And what's going on, everybody? I wanted to welcome you guys to another live stream of mine. I don't know if my mic is a little too loud. It's kind of going crazy over here. But hey, guys, we got 19 people watching. Welcome back to another live stream. I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start doing these every Tuesday at 9 p.m. I feel like that works out pretty good. I'll let you guys know kind of my schedule with this whole thing. And as you guys can see, I got a UCF Jaguar hat made. I actually got two of them, which is pretty awesome. But I just wanted to give a shout out to the live chat real quick. Anish is first. What's going on, Anish? Appreciate you for coming to all these streams, man. Matthew Goodman up in here. Clemson Jacob. Christopher Columbus. What's good, man? 19 Savage. Y'all are the real national champions, not Alabama. Hey, man. College football is flawed when it comes to their whole playoff 4-team thing, Power 4 bullshit. I mean, or Power 5 bullshit. I'm so over college football, but we undefeated, so we beat every team we went in front of. So can't take that away from us. Mary Breon Duval, Sports Fury's up in here. What's going on, Sports Fury? Love their channel, love their live streams. I am, that's who I have to look up to when it comes to getting live streams live and lit. Jags fan Rick, what's going on, man? We got Clemson Jacob, like I said. Sean the Savage, Nobles, Brendan, Ryan. Thank you guys all for joining the stream. So yeah, just a couple things, man. Today the topic is basically favorite moment from the 2017 season. I wanted to do this video real quick, or just kind of thing, just as a reflection. I want to reflect in this live stream a little bit, and then, after this, we're going to look forward to the upcoming 2018 season. Now, when it comes to kind of my favorite moment from the 2017 NFL season, there's got to be probably three different things that I really enjoyed. So I'm going to go ahead and go through that right now. One, I thought it was awesome during the Cincinnati Bengals versus Jaguar games in Everbank Field, when Jalen Ramsey and AJ Green got in a fight, man. I was about 5-6 rows up from the sidelines from the Jaguars bench, and that was freaking awesome, man. I mean, just to see two superstars, two guys that are top 5 at their position. AJ Green might have fallen out of that category a little bit, but those are two guys that could be potential Hall of Fame players, and I got to witness a fight between them two, and just kind of the shit talk afterwards. And that game is a little emotional for me in the sense that the person who actually I went to that game with actually, unfortunately, he was a friend of mine's dad, and he actually passed away, unfortunately. It kind of sucks, man. I mean, he was a good friend of mine, but that was the last time I saw him. But it was a good little moment between us to be able to go to that game before he kind of passed away. But that was a really, really fun game. Got club seats to that. Another really fun moment was when we was in basically the Seattle game. It was a 4:30 kind of game. It was back when it got dark at 6 o'clock, so it was really, really fun. I mean, the game started out 3-0, and then we just lit it up. I mean, you had the Keelan Cole bomb. You had the D.D. Westbrook touchdowns. That game was just so much fun, and that was the game that really made me feel like, holy crap, the Jaguars are a legit team, and just being able to beat those guys, it was so exciting. I was just so pumped up, and I had off work the whole next day, so I got to kind of sit there and enjoy, just listen to radio. It was really so much excitement. And my final favorite moment of the season was was in the playoffs. I went to the Bills game, that was really fun, but the Steelers game. Everyone counted us out of that game. No one thought we were going to beat the Steelers, and then especially with the way our offense played the week before. And then we went out there and won, we put up 45 points on the Steelers, went on to the AFC Championship game, and it was all just so surreal. And those were kind of some of my favorite moments from the 2017 season. So the call lines are open. Feel free. This is your guys' show. You guys, basically lead the show, and I'm kind of here administrating it a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit these phone lines. We got, let's see here. Let's unmute this. All right, we got 469. Hey, is this the Sports Fury?
This is the Sports Fury. What's up? What's up, bro?
Hey, we got Sports Fury Nation in the house. I mean, I already see, I see Roach, I see Matthew Goodman, I see all kinds of people, Clemson Jacob, Nobles. I see Jason Morgan's in here now. Hey, it's awesome to have you guys in here. Thanks so much for calling in.
Oh, absolutely, man. Buddy. Love your show. Of course, man, you're one of our boys, and we're ready to talk about some of our favorite moments of last season.
Hey, I'm ready to hear them.
None of them were the Jags, by the way. None of them.
Oh, none of them? Okay. hey, this is open to any, because honestly, man, my channel is obviously a Jaguars central channel, but honestly, probably over half of my subscribers aren't even Jaguar fans. I have all these people commenting on my videos saying, I'm not even a Jags fan, but I watch all your videos, and that's really, really cool. So I can actually, spread some Jaguar knowledge to people that, instead of getting it from Stephen A. Smith or whoever doesn't really follow the team,
Yeah. Definitely, dude.
But hey, let me hear it. Let me hear it from you guys. What you got?
All right, so I'm gonna start off first.
Why do you start first?
Because I'm taller. My favorite moment of last year has to be when Jordan Howard ran it in overtime against the Steelers at home at Soldier Field. Me and Sean were there and won the game in overtime.
That was crazy.
That was amazing. And to experience it live was just completely out of this world.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
And that must have been a lot like when the Jaguars played the Steelers originally, because that was first 6 games of the season. You didn't really think, you went in there probably not thinking the Bears are going to be able to beat them, but then, it gets close and competitive, and all of a sudden, the Bears turn around and win that game, and you're there. I mean, you must have been so hyped for that.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Josh was like, we're not going to win this game.
I was thinking they were going to destroy us.
Yeah.
And we ended up beating them in overtime.
And then, who's y'all's quarterback? Mike Glennon?
Glennon was quarterback.
Glennon, and he had less than 10 pass attempts or something. He only had 10 pass attempts the whole game.
Yeah, Tariq Cohen also did great. But when Jordan Howard ran in for that touchdown, I about just wanted to run on the field.
Yeah.
Hey, I had Jordan Howard in my fantasy team and my money league, and a lot of people saying, he's not that good. He's kind of slow. He's not really going to do anything. But man, he was very, very consistent. He was always putting up. He wasn't putting up 30+ points per game kind of thing, but he was going to get you that consistent, 15 to 20 points, and that's what I really value in a player.
Yeah, that's true consistency. That's where it's at.
Hell yeah, but
so shout out to the Steelers fans in the chat, like X Nobles. That was a great game. Sean, what was one of your favorite moments?
My favorite moment, well, just one of them. Since you used your Bears, I have to throw my Cowboys in there. Seeing the bounce back from the Cowboys after they got humiliated by the Broncos. We bounced back against the 49ers, and Ezekiel Elliott had over 200 yards. That was an awesome moment. Everybody was like, what's wrong with the offense? And then we come back. We had no kicker that game. We had Jeff Heath kicking field goals for us, or extra points, because we had no kicker. That was a great moment. I thought that was cool.
So what part of the season was that? I don't really remember that. Was that the second half or the first half?
No, that was the first half. That was before Zeke got suspended, so that was the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was right. I think it was a week or so after the Denver game. I think it was next week after we got humiliated on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to talk. Didn't the Cowboys play the 49ers last year?
Yeah, that's the game I'm talking about.
Okay, when Zeke ran all over the 49er empire, right?
Yeah. Rocha knows all about
the 49ers guy. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Hey, Sean, I gotta say one of my favorite moments from the last week was I was looking at some of y'all's old videos, and then I saw something where you're like, the Cowboys are getting no respect. We're gonna go out. This is before the 2016 playoffs. When you guys won the division, he was over there like, the Cowboys are not getting any respect. We're going to go out there and we're going to beat the Green Bay Packers by a touchdown. And then I watched that video. Then right after, you're like, yeah, guys, I was wrong. But, it was.
Hey, I had to eat my words.
Hey, I that's one thing I appreciate about people, when they can actually admit when they're wrong and kind of man up to their wrongs,
Yeah. See, I remember that you're talking about that game going into the playoffs last year or a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
When we were about to play the Packers. Packers beat us, obviously, with that miracle catch. I can't remember who it was, but Aaron Rodgers threw him a sideline catch and beat us right before at the end of the game. And yeah, man, at least we competed. I just wanted us to make it a close game, and a lot of people thought we were going to get blown out. And so just having us be in a close game, I was happy.
I would like to mention a couple of other moments away from our fan base.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Right?
All right,
so when Jake Elliott hit that 61-yard field goal against the Giants to win the game, that was a great moment.
Yeah.
As well as seeing the fans' reaction for the Buffalo Bills when they found out that they were going to the playoffs for the first time since 1999. That was awesome to see.
Thanks to the Bengals, right? They and the Ravens throwing everything out, the Bengals beating them.
Yeah. Right.
That was a great moment, and we cannot forget I want to throw this in here for you, UCF. The Jaguars beating the Steelers. I felt like that was a great moment because Josh picked the Steelers to win, and I picked the Jags.
Wait, which time? Which time? I think we beat the Steelers like what, twice this year, in Heinz Field.
Yeah. Y'all were the last time. Y'all were the first team to do it since the last time y'all did it before.
I know, it's nuts. I mean, I don't know. Like some teams just have other teams' numbers, man. It's just matchups. I don't know what it is.
No, I just want to give you that because that was an awesome moment seeing the Jags beat the Steelers in Heinz Field, man. Them because they weren't getting still a lot of respect for how good of a team they were, especially that defense, and they showed up and they played great, man. So that was also a highlight of the year to me.
Yeah, man, it was a ton of fun. I mean, it was a surreal season, and makes me so much more excited for 2018, man. Hopefully, we can finish the mission.
Oh, of course.
Now, UCF, I want to know what you were doing when you saw Stephon Diggs get that miracle touchdown.
Well, right before that, I was actually I had a friend in town. We were watching the Steelers game, and obviously we beat the Steelers in the divisional round, and then after that we went to beat Buffalo Wild Wings. We were just kind of sitting there watching it. We're like, damn, this is actually a really, really good game. And also we saw that happen. We're like, oh my gosh, because I didn't care who won. I was just wanting a good game. I mean, that's all I care about, like seeing big moments, and that'll go down as one of the craziest plays in the playoffs and playoff history. And I live for those moments just because when I see highlights from back in 1980s, it doesn't mean anything to me because I didn't know anything about it back then.
Yeah, I remember when that miracle play happened. That we were both down because we both picked the Vikings to win that game. We're like, man, we're kind of all like, damn it, this game's over. And that Diggs play was just wow.
I mean, I can't imagine being a Saints fan during that. Like, my heart would rip in half. I wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. You know what I mean? That's some that would put me in a deep state of depression, man.
Yeah, that was probably very, very depressing.
Oh yeah, I just put a paper bag over my head and just not leave my house.
Yeah, that's.
No, I'm just playing.
No.
Stay third. That was a great game.
Yeah, it was so a good game. Yeah.
Yeah, then the next week the Jaguars lose in the first, AFC Championship game. Then after that, I get a completely bullshit game with the, Vikings and Eagles, and it just wasn't a very good day for me.
No, it wasn't. The Vikings were. I think I think they exhausted all their emotions that game, and they didn't. That was just being young and haven't been there. That kind of happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I know that very well, but hopefully. Both teams are locked and loaded, and it's a Super Bowl or bust for each team. So, maybe we'll be seeing it'll be Jags, Vikings in the Super Bowl. But really, in the NFC, I think it's so wide open. I mean, you can make the argument for, 8, 10 teams to even... I mean, there's a lot of teams that could be in it, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many teams where you can't absolutely count them out,
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I'll tell you this, man. I look forward to seeing your Jaguars in the Super Bowl against my...
Oh,
Bears.
Lord.
Yeah, man, you're gonna get some subscribers after that. But hey, guys, if you want to go ahead and plug your stuff real quick before I take on the next caller, go ahead.
Yo, chat. If you haven't heard of us, go subscribe to Sports Theory.
Yeah. If you haven't subscribed to UCF Jaguar, I don't know what you're doing right now. You better hit that like button for him.
Yeah, man. I just gotta say, man, I love y'all's channel. Usually when I watch your stuff, I probably have better things to be doing, but I still watch your stuff because it's just fun to come into live chat and just say stupid shit, and for whatever reason, you guys read it, so it's fun.
Yeah, hey, it's about having fun, man.
Oh yeah, man. Love you, man.
Hey, but love you guys. Sports Fury Nation. We out here.
All right, take it easy.
All right, later, y'all. Yeah, huge shout out to the Sports Fury for calling in. Love those fellers. All right, now we're gonna go to the to 521. Hey, 521. Appreciate you for holding. Who this?
Hey, what's up, man? It's Dalton from Fussman.
Hey, what's going on, Dalton from FI High?
Not much. Yeah. I know whenever people want to think about moments, they want to talk about offense, but how about those Jaguars 10 sacks games versus the Colts?
Oh, man. I mean, they had a couple. They had the Colts game, and, I mean, the 10-sack games were cool, but I thought the coolest 10-sack game was week 1 when it came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? You didn't know how good a defense was, and all of a sudden you get 10 sacks. Like, holy hell.
And that's the thing with the Jaguars. Like when they're on defense, you're on your toes because you don't know what's going to happen with it. It's an interception, a strip sack fumble from Unique Ngakoue, or it's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's so fun about this defense, man. It just seems like at any moment somebody's about to make a huge play, and it's so much fun to watch. Like Yannick Ngakoue somehow getting like these strip sacks. You got lockdown cornerbacks. You have sideline to sideline linebackers. I mean, anybody can make a play at any moment, and it's just like it's so fun to watch.
Oh, also, another moment, I don't know if you'll remember this, but I forgot who the Bears were playing, but they needed a 2-point conversion, and it was like a double reverse pitch to the quarterback, Trubisky, for the 2-point conversion. I'll have to look it up.
Oh, yeah. That was sick. Yeah, that was a really, really cool, like, design play. I mean, it was like a double, it was like a flea flicker double reverse kind of thing, and just, like, set up so perfectly. Yeah, I mean, that was so cleverly drawn up, and I've never really seen a play like that before. But yeah, man, any other fun moments for you?
Gosh, definitely the Bills game with the Jalen Ramsey interception, just because you knew it was happening right when the new quarterback came in.
Yeah, right when Jacksonville boy Nate Peterman from Bartram Trail came in there, then he threw that pick, man. Wasn't too good of a year for him.
Yeah, everybody in the stadium knew something was about to go down right after he came in.
But hey, Dalton, you're Dalton, I'm Dalton. We're both from Fleming Island High. That's good stuff, man. And hey, I appreciate you for calling in for the second straight week, man.
Definitely.
Hell yeah, go Jags.
Go Jags.
Huge shout out to that boy Dalton for calling in from my Florida alma mater. All right, now we're going to go out to the 209. Hey, 209, who this?
Well, I might be your favorite 49er fan right here.
Is this Rocha?
Yes, sir, it is.
Hey, what's going on, Rocha? How you doing, man?
What's up, man? Just relaxing, watching your video.
Hey, man, thanks for tuning in, man. What you got for the show, man? What's your favorite moment from 2017?
All right, it'll have to be, let's see, what week was it? You're like this one. Week 15, 49ers versus Titans.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go when the Jaguars played the 49ers. I thought you were gonna do me dirty like that.
But I've never saw a 49ers win in person live until that game.
Really?
My first time I saw the Niners win.
Are you from the Bay Area?
I'm about 2 hours, about an hour and a half out from Santa Clara.
Damn. So how many tries did you get before they finally won for you?
About 5.
5? Okay, that's not too bad. I mean, I've
been
going
it's not too bad.
I mean, before this season, the last time the Jaguars had won at a game that I went to was like 2014 or 15 or something, because they didn't win at all in 2016, and it wasn't too fun. But hey, man, I was definitely rooting for the 49ers. I was glad they beat the Titans because AFC South kind of shit going on, and they made when the Jaguars played the Titans week 17, it didn't even matter, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the next week was pretty good, too. The Niners ended up beating some team from Jacksonville, but, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really remember that too well, but, I'll take your word for it that it happened, though.
Yeah.
But yeah,
all I know is I'm rooting for your Jags to do good this year. I honestly hope they go to the Super Bowl. They're a great, great team.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. And hopefully, maybe we'll see. Hopefully, we play the 49ers this year, because if so, then that means we'll be seeing each other in February, boy.
That's fine. I mean, it's more realistic than Josh thinks the Bears will make the Super Bowl. Shit, I don't even think they'll make third in the division, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Josh, I like him. He's a good guy, but he's a little bit slow. And sometimes he lets alcohol have bad, make him have bad decisions,
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Hey, but hell yeah. But hey, Rocha, Sports Fury Nation, hey, man, I appreciate you for calling in, man.
No problem, man. It was great talking to you.
Yeah, man, it was awesome, man. Call in anytime, brother.
All right, man. Take care.
Hell yeah. All right, so now we are going to move on to our next caller. It happens to be a favorite YouTuber. Is this Jet Central?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, we got Jet Central. Come back and UCF Jaguars live stream. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's good. It's nice to talk to you. Jet Central is one of the, on YouTube, man. I've definitely met some shitty people on YouTube, but I've also met a lot of good people. And Jet Central, we've become really good friends from this. He also happens to live in Florida, so we get together, try to do some collab videos. We're gonna be having some videos come out soon, but. Hey man, being that the theme of the show is favorite moment from 2017, we're going to do a little bit of reflection. And I know you won't let me down in this, so what was your favorite moment from 2017?
My favorite moment in 2017 was week 4 of the New York Jets season. And I don't know if you recall, but it's when the Jets beat the Jaguars.
I don't think the Jaguars had a week 4. I think it was like, I don't know, that week, I think we had a second bye or something like that. I don't remember too well.
No, I'm just kidding, man. That was a great game, but no.
Dude, I was so pissed. I was so pissed after that game, dude. I posted like a rant video. I took it down. I was like, this looks dumb of me. But I was so fucking pissed at everything that happened that game.
I know, because we were texting actually throughout the game, and then like kind of when it looked like the Jets were gonna win, I just stopped getting texts back, so I'm like, yep, Dalton's pissed.
Yeah, dude, I get so damn heated during these games, and that was one of the most annoying games for me, just because we had so many moments, and then like it wasn't very good. But whatever. What was y'all's record after that game?
I think 2-2 after that game.
2-2. Then after that game happened, how many games did you win and lose after that game?
We went 3-2 in the first 5 weeks, and then it was kind of all downhill from there.
Yeah, see, after the Jags played the Jets, we actually went on to be we had an 8-4 record after that. We won 2 playoff games. And we went to AFC Championship games. So I'm not sure how the Jets ended up, but if you guys beat that, let me know.
Well, hopefully we'll be watching the Jets and Jags in person this upcoming season.
Hey man, I'll be there. It just depends on whether you'll be there, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna get beat up wearing my Jets stuff up there.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, you'll be fine. Jags fans, we're harmless. Maybe after the year we had, we might have a little bit more. We might have a little bit more shit talking us, but you never know what can happen, man.
Yeah, man, sounds good. Before I sign out, my official favorite moment of 2017 was probably when the Jets beat the Chiefs. It was like a heavyweight match, a lot of points, high scoring game, and the Jets actually came out victorious, beating the Chiefs, and they were really good at that time. So I would probably say that was my favorite moment in 2017.
Yeah, I remember the Chiefs. That was right during their little when the Chiefs started off looking like the best team in the NFL, and all of a sudden they went through this big ass slump. And they started winning kind of at the end of the season, but then they went on to lose to the Titans, who the Jets were clearly better than during the Chiefs were clearly better than the Titans throughout the 2017 season. All of a sudden that happened, but man, it was a interesting little year for the Chiefs. We'll see if they can bounce back.
Yeah, man, exactly. All right, man. Well, have a good night. Thought I'd tune in real quick, and yeah, I'll catch you later. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you for calling in, man.
Peace.
Yeah, huge shout out to Jet Central. He's in the comment section right now. So if you guys haven't heard of Jet Central, I'm sure all you guys have. Definitely go check out his channel for Jets coverage and other kind of coverage. I mean, he makes videos about quarterbacks, all kinds of different NFL teams. So it's good shit.
Thanks, man. Later.
Later. All right, so we are going to move on out. We're going to go out to the 434. Hey, 434, who this?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man? Who is this?
Matthew Goodman.
Who is it?
Matthew Goodman.
Matthew Goodman. Hey, what's going on, man?
How you going? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just chilling out on this Tuesday night. I think it just started pouring rain out here. Yeah, I was telling the Jets so I got a little distracted by what's going on outside. But other than that, man, not much going on. Just moved in a new place. Don't really got too much of a setup right now. Got my UCF flag, repping my alma mater. But hey, man, Matthew Goodman, what was your favorite moment from 2017?
My favorite moment was Week 1 Sunday Night Football when, well, from what I've heard from a lot of people, was an upset. The Cowboys whooping the Giants 19-3. When everyone thought the Giants were going to win. That was my favorite moment. I loved it.
What week of the season was that?
Week 1.
Week 1, yeah, I was about to say it couldn't have been too deep in because the Giants won like 2 games. But, yeah, I mean, the NFC East, man, it's going to be interesting to see how it shakes up. I mean, obviously you have, like, Eagles that are very, very good. But, who's going? I think another wild card team could definitely emerge out of there. And, I mean, even the Cowboys can compete to win that division. I mean, with Ezekiel Elliott being able to come back, staying off suspension, another year of Dak Prescott kind of in the system. I'll be interested to see how the Cowboys do in that division.
Me too, man.
Yeah, but did you have any other awesome moments from 2017? Would you say?
The only one I can think of is when, I'm not a Jags fan, but when the Jags upset the Steelers in the playoffs, I didn't think the Jaguars were going to win.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Jaguars were kind of the Cinderella story. Kind of, a lot of people were kind of rooting for them just because they're kind of the gentle giants. Everyone's kind of been around the Steelers. Everyone's been around the Patriots. They just kind of want new blood. So, I think they were the kind of team that people were kind of rooting for to, take over. But unfortunately, dropped it to the Patriots. But we'll be back. We'll be back.
I feel like that is I feel like that's true. I think the Jaguars will go to the Super Bowl this year.
Hey, man, let's hope. But, hey, Matthew, I really appreciate you for calling in. Another member of Sports Fury Nation. We representing out here. We had a Sports Fury on earlier, and we got Matthew Goodman up in here. But, hey, man, Matthew, have a good night. Thanks for calling in.
You too, man.
Later. All right, so huge shout out to Matthew Goodman for calling in. Next, we are going to go ahead and go to the 801. Hey, 801, who this?
Yeah, am I the 10th caller? Did I win the concert tickets to the Britney Spears event?
No, that's going on my other channel. You gotta tune into that. Hey, SLC, what's going on, man?
What's going on, brother? Hey, man, just thought I'd give you a buzz and see what's happening. But anyway, real quick, there's a two-part answer to my favorite sports moment. And I'm going to be a homer on this one because I'm a Seahawks fan.
Hey, man, go ahead. I mean, your favorite moment from 2017 should probably be from your own team, so I want to hear it.
Right on. My favorite moment is last year when the Seahawks were down at the Cardinals. They were playing in those god-awful color rush uniforms.
Oh, the neon green?
And, oh, man. They look like glow sticks, dude.
Hey, they weren't as bad as the Jaguars color rush where we wore, like, mustard yellow. It was a terrible look.
I know. What is the deal with that? I think it's just another marketing strategy for the NFL, to be quite honest. But
I mean, I wish they would do something. I wish they would do more of like a throwback kind of thing. But the thing is, you can't change your helmets. You have to keep it the same color. So it kind of takes out that whole thing. But now the Jaguars, they got the all blacks again, thank God. So they could potentially, do a throwback. But it's just too hard to happen for around the league,
Yeah, you have to keep the color of your helmets, but you can change the decals, and you can change your jerseys and pants, obviously, but no changes on the color on the helmets. But anyway, so my favorite moment would be that when the Seahawks traveled down to the Cardinals, and it was that color rush. Oh man, it was just horrible. Anyway, but it was like 2nd and 21. And it was the Seahawks ball, and it was hiked to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson must have went in the backfield at least probably 10 to 15 yards, dodging people, running around, spinning in circles, to where he finally lobbed it up to wide receiver Doug Baldwin, who actually jumped up and out, caught the defender.
Over Peterson, right?
I think it was Peterson, or I don't know. I'd have to go back and just double check. It could have been Peterson. It could have been Matthew at the time.
But I remember that along the left sideline.
Yeah, exactly. Doug Baldwin jumped up and out, grabbed him, ran down the sideline, and it was caught like at the 1 or the half-yard line. But to me, that was just like, I mean, that is just like a totally just like out of the blue play. Those plays don't happen. You know, it's just totally a circus play. But
yeah, I mean, I remember I literally watched the highlight of that the other day, and it was crazy. Like Russell Wilson, he went in the backfield, almost did like 2 spin moves, and then just like threw it off kind of his back leg, and then it was just such a broken play. And then it was just up for grabs, and Doug Baldwin was the one who, you know, went up and grabbed it, and then he ran it up to what, like the 5-yard line or something like that. I forget how far he went. He didn't go for a touchdown, but pretty damn close.
Right.
I mean, that's exciting. Like, you know, that's what I worry about, you know, Deshaun Watson becoming. You know, when you have this Russell Wilson reminds me a lot of Deshaun Watson or vice versa, you know, just their kind of play style. And, you know, Russell Wilson, man, I mean, he makes a lot of things happen. He was the only reason why I feel like the Seahawks were really anything last year. I mean, their whole offense ran through Russell Wilson. But, you know, now you have your boy Rashad Penny to, you know, make up for that bad O-line, right?
Yeah, he's gonna come in and be the absolute savior of the Hawks offense. He is. He's just gonna be that magical charm. That's just gonna be the.
I was wondering, man. I didn't see you guys didn't do anything on the O-line. You guys drafted like what, one offensive lineman?
Yeah, Jamarco Jones out of Ohio State, but that wasn't until later on down in the draft. They stepped over, like I said on my show. I said the Seahawks stepped over dollars to pick up dimes. They picked up Rashard Penny in the first round, which was a total reach, not taking it away from Rashard Penny because he's a great player, led the nation in yards, has all the physical tools. But you step over guys like, you know, Will Hernandez. You step over, you know, these guys that are going to be, you know, starting in the NFL and going to be productive in the NFL on the offensive line. But they figured that, well, you know, let's bring in Rashard Penny and, you know, he'll just be the total game changer. We'll just give the ball to him because, you know, he can work his magic. And it's proof that, you know, without an offensive line, you have no running game based on just running backs' natural talent. The only last person that could actually prove that he really didn't need an offensive line to succeed in the NFL, that last player was Barry Sanders. And he had absolutely no offensive line in his career, but he made something out of nothing every time. But obviously this will not be the case with the Seahawks, and that's their mentality and their mindset, that he's going to be brought in to, you know, just go ahead and just be the guy that's just going to, you know, save the day. He's going to be the hero. He's just going to be this guy that is, you know, I mean, are they just going to change the rate? Because Russell Wilson was over 80% of the Seahawks offense last year. So are they just going to rely on Penny to be, you know, the other, you know, 20% or what? I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's terrible. And there were so many good offensive linemen available at the end of the first round. I mean, that was in that range where it was like, you know, the 15s to like the 40s. You're going to be able to get good offensive linemen because there were a whole bunch. You know, there was Will Hernandez, like Billy Price. There was, you know, Connor Williams. There was all kinds of like really, really good offensive linemen. And I thought the Seahawks were going to be going there and be able to get a pretty good offensive lineman. But, you know, the Seahawks, you know, them and the Texans, they probably have the 2 worst offensive lines right now in the NFL. And, you know, it's interesting because the Giants also went running back first round. And, you know, their offensive line is still kind of questionable. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, how kind of, you know, Penny and Saquon Barkley do. And it's just tough. I mean, it's hard to really predict what they're going to do.
Yeah, well, the Seahawks aren't going to be really doing anything this year because they obviously didn't do anything to bolster up their offensive line. And they play the Rams twice this year. They play the Vikings. They play, you know, these other great, like the Denver Broncos this year. They're just going to be brutal. So,
and then plus the NFC West is still pretty damn good. I mean, yeah, the Rams and 49ers, yeah, they're going to be good. And even the Cardinals, I mean, they were, you know, 8-8. They were still pretty decent. I mean, For not having really many players. I mean, I guess their coaching was like pretty good, but now they have Rosen coming in, who I think Rosen's one of the best quarterbacks in the draft. So it's going to be a tough division, and I mean, I don't know what to expect from the Seahawks, man.
I'm not expecting anything except a 6-10 record that I predicted for them. They're not going to flourish. They've done absolutely nothing except go backwards.
I'm looking forward to a Norcam's prediction video. I'm thinking maybe 13-3 this year.
Yeah, no. He's gonna make him go 14-2 this year.
Yeah, I remember watching. The. I mean, he does a really good job on the videos, but I mean, I watched his Seahawks reaction video to the draft pick. He's like, Rashad Penny, yeah, running back. Like it was interesting. I mean, some people, they just kind of like to fluff things up, and I don't really try to do that on my channel, but also I don't, since I started this channel, there hasn't really been many moves that I've really like questioned too much, and with just how the Jaguars did in the last couple drafts and last couple free agencies, I mean, I've got to kind of trust what they do, and it's almost like when the Saints went up and traded up to get that Marcus Davenport, the defensive end. They traded a first-round pick from next year's draft to go up and get him. But, if it were any other team, like if the Browns were to have done something like that, I would have sat here and ripped them. But, the Saints, they kind of bought a free pass this year because last year they went out and, they grabbed, Kamara. They got Lattimore. They got that really good, offensive lineman. And they were so good in the draft last year where it's like, okay, you got to kind of trust, the decisions that they made and, kind of, roll with it.
Exactly, and the Saints this year actually had that opportunity to kind of make that luxury pick with Davenport because they were set on offense. They need some pieces on defense, obviously. But yeah, getting Davenport for them, I think, really helped them out. With Jordan out there with those guys, and just I think that was a really good pickup for them because they could afford that pick, and it was a good overall solid pick because he was really highly rated in the draft. But
I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that trade up though, I thought they were going Lamar Jackson. I'm like, you don't trade up all these spots to get any other position besides quarterback, and when they didn't do that, I mean, I gotta kind of question a little bit just because you had guys like Harold Landry available, and I remember you had a couple other pretty good defensive ends out there, but he's a guy that comes from a small school with UTSA or whatever. So we'll see how that works out. But hey, man, if you got really, really good premier defensive end out there, I mean, it takes them a little bit to be able to flourish in their first year, just because I think the hardest positions for a guy to start, for a rookie to play, it's got to be wide receiver, defensive end, and quarterback. So it's going to take some getting used to really get his pass rushing moves down as he moves from playing Division II type of offensive lineman to all of a sudden professional offensive lineman. But we'll see how this guy does.
Yeah, definitely. I think he'll probably turn out to be a stud in the NFL. I really do. He's got all the high attributes to just make him a starter from day one. I think I think he'll fit in good at the Saints and the type of scheme they run down there. But yeah, I'm just all psyched about the football season. Yeah, man, I need one of those hats that you got on there, bro. Those are pretty sharp.
Yeah, I've had some people reach out to me about it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll do some merchandise kind of stuff. I just don't know. I mean, one thing I remember when I started the channel up, I was like, should I do UCF Jaguar just because, people from USF probably aren't going to want to buy it. People from this and there. But maybe I'll do something where I take off the UCF Jaguar and just do the head on there, do something like that. But I don't feel big time enough just yet to be able to be throwing out merchandise. But maybe one of these days, I'll reach that point where I people want my shit and I'll start dishing it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right on, man. Right on. Yeah. Well, so two last things before I go loose here, man, really quick. The only thing that I'm really psyched about this year for the Seahawks is I want to see how the Griffin brothers play together. I'm really psyched about that. I just want to see both of those guys on the field this year. That's who I'm actually excited for. Yeah, Rashad Penny, yeah, okay, I'm kind of, going to be intrigued on see what he can do. But the Griffin brothers in the defense for the the Seahawks. I'm really, really excited to see how that's going to play out. Two twin brothers out on the field at the same time.
I mean, I'm so jealous you got those guys. I was really wanting the Jaguars to pull a trigger on Shaquem Griffin. Unfortunately, I didn't. But if there's any other team I wanted him to go to, it was definitely the Seahawks. Go play with his brother. You're out of the AFC, especially the AFC South. He's in a really good situation up there. I got a question for you. What is he a projected starter? What's he going to be playing the will? I haven't really read up too much on him since these offseason activities.
Yeah, I think he's going to be probably playing the will. They want to probably move him in. KJ right now is the weak side linebacker. The strong side linebacker right now, outside linebacker. So I think they maybe want to put him in there, possibly because KJ Wright, I think they might be looking to move him this offseason, possibly, so they could plug him right in there. I think they're also looking to have him play in the nickel packages, more or less like maybe a box safety, if you will. But I think he's going to be more than likely, probably if KJ Wright leaves, then I could see him getting, some playing time in with, like Barkevius Mingo, who they signed. Or again, like I say, that kind of box safety role, the nickel package type thing. But I think probably more or less they're going to put him, obviously, I think on special teams first and foremost, to get him kind of acclimated, because the guy has a motor. He can hustle. He can tackle. I mean, he's just got moves that just make your head spin. But I think they're going to use him more on special teams, and they'll probably ease him into those roles. Mostly like on passing downs, more or less. But he's so versatile. It's just really hard to really pin down like one exact spot that I think they're actually going to put him at. I think they can use him at multiple spots on certain situations, but the guy's got all the tools. He's like a Swiss Army knife for a defense.
Yeah, I mean, I love Shaquem Griffin. Obviously, I saw every game of his, when I was at UCF. And I remember my first game, it was that I really kind of recognized him. It was the 2016 season. I was at, like, the first or second game, and I'm sitting there. I was looking. I was like, is that guy missing a hand? I was, like, trying to look, and, like, I couldn't really see because I was kind of up high, and I was, like, staring. I was like, I don't know what that guy has at hand. Like, he had, like, one glove on. I saw, like, nothing over here, and I wound up Googling it. I was like, holy shit, this dude doesn't have a hand. And then, like, all of a sudden he goes out here and he's making all these damn plays, and it was crazy seeing just the progression of him. And that year he turned out to be the AAC Defensive Player of the Year, and the dude's just a beast, man. And he's been able to overcome everybody who doubts him, and he's only, I'm so excited to see what he does at the NFL level, and the Jaguars don't have to see him for another, 3-4 years. So, yeah, I mean, I hope nothing but the best for him.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I'm really psyched. That's what I'm getting most excited about is seeing those twin brothers on the field at the same time, and especially to see what he can do. Like you say, what he's going to do, at the next level in the NFL. But, yeah, it's just that it's the UCF connection, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. You guys are snagging everybody from UCF, man. Hey, share some with the other rest of the league, okay?
Yeah, right. I know. Now we've got four former UCF people on there. The Griffin brothers, Mutcherson, and now, we've got
Brandon Marshall.
Wide receiver, Brandon Marshall. Yeah, I don't know about that, but anyway. But yeah, I'm psyched, man. But I'm going to turn you loose. But before I do, I'm going to ask you a question. And before I ask you, I'm going to give you my answer is, I think it's kind of a stupid, silly question, but out of the sports broadcasters, regardless where it's at or anything, NFL Network, ESPN, whoever, who do you think is the hottest sports anchor woman out there, man? I'm going to say it's probably like Lindsay Rhodes.
Oh, it's so easy for me, man. It's Kay Adams from Good Morning Football.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're going to get married pretty soon. I'll let you guys know when, but she doesn't know me, but I know she wants it. I mean, how can you not,
Yeah, a single successful guy like you, how can she go wrong, man?
Yeah, I'm sure she's a subscriber. I'm sure I'll have her on the channel soon. We'll be doing collaboration.
Yeah.
I'll come on. She'll come on my channel. I'll agree to come on Good Morning Football. kind of pull my leg a little bit. But yeah, Kay Adams, so hot.
Oh yeah, I have to agree, man. Yeah, she's a little hottie, but well, right on, brother. I'm going to turn you loose, let you get to some other callers and back to the chat or whatever. But good talking to you as always, man.
All right, sounds good, man. Hey, I appreciate for calling in, SLC.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, man. All right, guys. Everyone, huge shout out to SLC Seahawk for calling in. Definitely go subscribe to his channel. He's got comes out with Seahawk content. It's all good stuff, but you know we currently don't have any callers on the line, so unfortunately I have to go back to this freaking live chat that's all over the damn place. Last week this live chat turned me into an underwear model, and then now I'm out here like I don't even know what the hell they're saying, but yeah, we got no, Josh, get you a damn beer. I wonder if UCF will go back and read this chat afterwards. Yeah, I usually do. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. But let's see. Guys, Sean is okay. Did you finger bang? All right, somebody call in and save me from this mess. But yeah, you know, huge shout out to SLC for calling in. But yeah, the Jaguars, they officially started their 3 days of mandatory minicamp today. So you know, Jalen Ramsey and Fournette did call in. But what do you guys think of players missing OTAs? Like, I know a lot of people were kind of freaking out about Fournette and Jalen Ramsey kind of being gone, but you know, my whole opinion about it is, you know, I want to hear why you missed it. Like, you know, at first it's like, you know, AJ Boye, he's missing. You know, why the hell is he missing? Then he goes out and said, oh, I met with Antonio Brown. He said, you know, this is kind of what I adjusted to, so I went out and did this. You know, Jalen Ramsey kind of said he's out there working with his dad, but I didn't hear anything from you know, why exactly Fournette didn't make it. You know, I haven't really been paying attention today to anything that like kind of from the Jaguars media. You know, just been kind of busy and got this up and running, but you know, but one thing about like missing OTAs is just like, you know, if 1 or 2 players misses, that's all right, but what if like all 90 players just didn't show up? What would like happen then? So I don't really know. But we got another caller on the line. 805, who this?
Yo, UCF, man. It's Christopher Columbus, man. How you living out there, bro?
Hey, Christopher Columbus coming back back in the live stream. Hey, man, where are you calling from?
I'm out here in Central California, bro.
Central California,
that's for you.
That's right. You're from Central California. Yeah, I've had a few West Coasters call in, man. It's cool. It's cool, kind of taking this thing coast to coast, man. It's cool the kind of reach I get on YouTube.
That's what I'm saying, bro, man. Like I told you last week, man, you're gonna start blowing up, man. Like you know, like we're so much closer, you know, to like the beginning of preseason. You know, was it like 2 months away? Not even? Yeah, about like 2 months.
It's less. I mean, training camp starts like last couple of weeks of July, and then you know, early August you have preseason. So you know, in like July, really in July, I'm just gonna start pumping out. You know, I'll have a lot more free time, so I'm gonna just start pumping out all kinds of different videos, man. Get my channel some momentum going to the season, and man, I feel like I can definitely gain a lot of you know, subscribers during the season. And it's cool, like because I feel like I've captured a lot of like Jaguars fan base kind of out there on YouTube, but I really like being able to bring in people that aren't Jaguar fans, just because you know they get to actually hear like Jaguars opinions from someone who's at least informed about what's going on for the Jaguars, as opposed to hearing it from like Colin Cowherd or any of these other like talking heads that go out there. It's like, oh, Jacksonville, you know, they have a good running game, they have a good defense, but Blake Bortles, count them out. All right, move on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, it's just nothing but disrespect. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, like Blake Bortles hasn't been, you know, like somebody like iconic, you know, like Ben Roethlisberger or Tom Brady, but you know what I mean? Like, you kind of just take with what you get, and you know, like I feel like he's been just kind of like you mentioned in the past, you know, like he's only had so much to work with, you know, as far as like his receivers and everything like that, and like, you know, he's just kind of getting to know like Keelan Cole and, you know, Marquise Lee, and like he's getting in, you know, Dante Moncrief right now, so you know he's getting tossed, you know, like a lot of different things. So you know he really just needs to build that chemistry with his team, and you know, like I said, man, before, man, this is going to be our AFC run right now, man. But I really think that next year, once we get like everything just really situated and we know what's really good, I think that's going to be our Super Bowl run right there, man. But you know, like high hopes for everything that's going on. I'm just kind of thinking in like the realistic terms, you know what I mean? But That's
Yeah,
just what I see it at, man.
it's funny because because I put out that video about how, Jaguars aren't getting any respect from like Jags media. I have all these people hopping on there like, oh, you guys can never win a Super Bowl with Blake Bortles as your quarterback. You guys can't do this. I'm like, dude, a backup quarterback literally just won the Super Bowl. In a divisional round, you had Case Keenum beat Drew Brees. You had Nick Foles beat who did Nick Foles beat? He beat Matt Ryan. You had Blake Bortles beat Ben Roethlisberger. You had Nick Foles beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Like, 2017 was year of the team as opposed to year of the quarterback. We have so much good things going on around the team, and also you got to look at the passing game. We finally added a good tight end in Austin Seferian-Jenkins. He should be the best tight end we've had over the last 5 years. We had all these wide receivers. People were like, oh, they lost A-Rob, that's gonna hurt him. I don't know. Did I ever see A-Rob last season besides that one catch? I don't think so. You had Allen Hurns and Marquise Lee in and out of injury. We have, our leading receivers, Keelan Cole, he's going into his second year. Dede Westbrook, he's going into his second year. Our passing game should be a lot better, and you include in that even better Blake Bortles, who should be, developing well. I've heard from OTAs that he's looking really, really sharp out there, so... don't come at me with this bullshit. You can't win a Super Bowl with Blake Bortles when literally Blake Bortles wasn't the reason why the Jaguars didn't go to the Super Bowl. He did everything he needed to do during an AFC Championship game to make it in,
Dude, no doubt, bro. To be completely honest, man, that's like, our offense definitely excelled in that game, and our defense definitely left us hanging. Definitely two of the opposite flops. You definitely would have thought like going into that game, our defense would have held us down, and our offense would have cut us short. But it was a complete opposite and a complete flip. The defense just got caught slipping a couple times. You know what I mean? But dude, he looks super, super promising in that. And I think it just creates so much hope and just so much drive for the Jags fans, to see just an ending season like that. And I have to say, man, that's probably my favorite game of the season is the Patriots game, just because, man, we had so much to prove out there, and by the half, I think we were up by 3 touchdowns or something like that. It was insane. We were just dominating just the first half of that game, and then New England does what fucking New England does best, and they went in the locker room and they addressed what they needed to work on, and they really just nailed it down in the fourth quarter, man, and they just took it over us. And yeah, dude, there's definitely controversial calls. I totally feel it, but that's, we can't, just cop out to it. It is what it is. The refs made the call. We can't go back. You know what I mean? We just kind of live with the consequences. But dude, it just showed so much just drive and promise in the future of our team, man. So, well, like I said earlier, man, the more and more we blow up, man, the more and more you're going to blow up. And, dude, I can't believe you only have, 3,000 subscribers, dude. Dude, just the Jags Nation seems so much stronger than that. And, just at the beginning of the season, man, I can guarantee you, man, your channel's just going to blow up, dude, because nobody else has this kind of consistent basis that you do, man. So, all those dedicated fans that subscribe and listen to your channel, man, you're giving us what we want, man. You're doing a solid job. I don't think anybody else on the internet at this time is doing a better job than you do, man. So you just keep fucking doing your thing, man. And like I said, you're gonna excel, man. And just FYI, dude, I think it's a solid investment on your part to start maybe looking into that merchandise, bro, because if you can make tees, for $20-25, dude, I'd grab fucking more than a couple, you know what I mean? And that's just me, I feel like more people on this channel would definitely be trying to get your name out there, if a price was kind of right, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think, that's too far out of your range right now. Granted, you don't probably have the amount of subs and support you want, but you're gonna get there, bro. So you know what I mean? If you can jump on some fat deal right now that you can just kind of come up on, man, it may be in your best interest.
Yeah, man, I appreciate the words, man. Maybe with the merchandise, maybe halfway through the season, once they got a little momentum and once everything's kind of hot, maybe I'll throw some out like that. I might take out the UCF Jaguar and just put maybe the head in there, so people, USF fans won't have to rock UCF or anything like that. But yeah, I think it's a pretty cool logo. Got this hat made. I started this channel about 14 months ago, I think it was, and it's been a lot of fun. I love you got to make a channel about something that you're passionate about. I am, Jaguars are my number one passion, man. I could sit here, if this was my you know, if I didn't have a full-time job and I didn't, you know, have other things going on, I could literally make a video every day talking about something. I mean, there's always something I want to talk about, and, you know, that's what I want to start hopping into, like, in July, like, talking about players that will emerge, maybe go back and grade some of, like, Dave Caldwell's drafts, you know, maybe show off some, like, you know, Jaguar collection stuff. I mean, I have all kinds of fun ideas that, you know, I could definitely bring to the table, and I think people really enjoy.
Dude, no doubt, man. And like, you know, like just like I said before, man, like the loyal subscribers, bro, they're always going to be checking out like what you're putting out, man. And I got to say, you know, like I said before, I'm out here in Central California, bro. I'm actually from the town that Mark Brunell grew up in. I'm here in Orchid, California, and he grew up here. And that's actually what led me to follow and support the Jags, man. Is the only actual athletic and like professional people that have come out of here are like Robin Ventura came out of Orchid, California, and yeah, dude, Mark Brunell. There may be like some other people I'm like, you know, kind of skimping on, and total apologies for that, but the people that I like grew up with and I know around, yeah, those are like two iconic individuals, man. So
yeah, Robin Ventura, he got punched in the face by Nolan Ryan, right?
Oh shit, dude! Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, man. But
yeah, I think he was the guy that in the fight, when the Nolan Ryan fight, I think he was because he was the old manager of the White Sox. He was the one that actually got punched. He was like the one that Nolan Ryan was socking. It was pretty funny.
Damn, dude, that's fucking gnarly, bro. But yeah, man, you just fucking like that's kind of my input on it, bro. I think you're doing an awesome job, man. I think everybody on this channel can agree with you, man. So just fucking keep on doing you, man. And I'm just really trying to fucking give you a call just to kind of, you know, save you from that lifeline that, you know, wasn't really going on too much. I don't know how people aren't blowing you up right now. I don't know how you don't have a wait list. I guess, you know, they're just kind of like more interested in hearing what you have to say rather than hearing themselves talk type of deal. But I don't know, man. I'm just trying to help you out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate that. But man, it's early June. There's really not too much to talk about. We're kind of doing, honestly, man. Once training camp comes around, people are gonna start getting excited. And you know, after these, you know, different games that go on, that's when, you know, people are gonna wanna, the phone line's gonna be loaded up. People are gonna want to talk. And you know, I'm trying to, you know, do this to kind of get better myself. I mean, even if I go back to my first videos, I really wasn't very good at, you know, doing the whole YouTube thing, but, you know, you kind of learn how to do it as you go along. It's going to be the same thing with these live streams, just kind of getting used to taking phone calls, trying to, you know, be all enthusiastic and stuff with it. And, you know, once I can hit the ground running, once, you know, preseason rolls around, once, you know, the season rolls around. And, you know, I think this will be something really fun for Jaguar fans to kind of get their opinions out there, man.
Most definitely. Hey, bro, I got a little topic you might want to be checking out. It's just something I saw today. I follow like the Jaguars' actual YouTube page, and they put out the actual like war conference calls to when like they were actually going into like the draft and they were drafting, you know, like
yeah, when they pick up the phone
like,
and say they're drafting the guys.
Yeah, dude. Yo, you should check out
Will Richardson.
No, he did a great one. You should check out the safety we picked up, Harrison.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, you got to check out that phone call. It does not sound like Homeboy is too thrilled about being a Jaguar. I mean, if you compare and contrast all the other 7 calls that were made, you can just hear in the individual's voice, you know, just like the like enthusiasm and just like the blessedness of just like getting that phone call. You know what I mean? Because there's hundreds of individuals that, you know, like weren't drafted, you know, and like they would kill for a position like that. And like when you just hear this homie's phone call, man, you just like, it's just like super just like not enthusiastic, just like not like, oh, like this is a life-changing call, you know what I mean? Like, well, I'll play for you guys.
I'll have to check it out because I know he was a guy that was wanting to go in the first round. He winds up dropping to the very end of the 3rd round. He might be a TJ Yeldon type where there's kind of introverted and they don't really show too much enthusiasm, but you know, I'm sure at the end of the day he's had to have been drafted, but I don't think he'll be getting much playing time unless Barry Church or Deshaun Gibson gets injured. So hopefully it doesn't take a big old wrench to one of their knees so he can hop in that starting lineup.
Yeah, hopefully not, man. Just like I said, you know, like last week, you know, like that's going to be like our #1 factor, you know, just keeping everybody healthy, you know what I mean? And just, you know, pray for no injuries, man. And you know what? We're gonna take the AFC Championship home this year, man. And you know what? We're gonna shut up all the naysayers. We're gonna, you know, tell everybody, you know, that's been doubting us, you know, like this and that, you know, like this fucking our time, man. This is it. You know what I mean? Like.
It's our time, man. But hey, Christopher Columbus got another call on the line. But hey, man, I really appreciate you calling in here for the second straight week and contributing to the show.
Fuck yeah, bro, man. All right, brother, man. You stay lit out there, man. You keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate you, man.
Every day we lit, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Duval.
Duval. Huge shout out to my dog Christopher Columbus for calling in. All right, we're gonna go out to the 568. 568. Who this?
What's up, man? UCF, this E-Wade, man, Duval County.
Oh, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, I follow you a lot, man. I had a couple of questions for you, man. How you feel about Adrian Peterson coming through, adding more depth to the running back position, and also having Pauls come back to be a coach, man. Give our linebackers some more experience as far as knowledge.
Yeah, Adrian Peterson, I mean, he is someone that I've been, like, kind of thinking about potentially being able to, like, come back. But, like, you know, maybe to the Jaguars. But one thing I do worry about, when he was on the Saints, one reason why the Saints wanted to get rid of him so bad is because the guy kept bitching about playing time. And, you know, if he's gonna be on the sidelines kind of saying, you know, being all bitching about not being able to go in enough when, you know, we have change of pace backs like TJ Allen, and even I think even Corey Grant might be able to be featured in the offense a little bit. You know, like I love Adrian.
Got
I
away
mean,
from the championship.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, like, Adrian Peterson, I mean, he'd be a kind of guy I would love to be able to go in there and start if Fournette were to be, like, injured. But, you know, if Fournette is in there and healthy, I just don't see Adrian Peterson being able to really, like, help out too well. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What I was saying is just like if Fournette gets banged up or decides he don't want to show up on time, you know, we need to have somebody to not only push a star but push him, you know, and also just adding more depth at that position.
Yeah, honestly, like when it comes to the running back position, one guy who I've been wanting to get is potentially DeMarco Murray. I mean, I feel like he's got a little more gas left in the tank. He's more of a change of pace back to Leonard Fournette to be able to be that, you know, 1-2 kind of punch. DeMarco Murray can be in there, be kind of a different style runner, and the guy has some experience on his hands. So, you know, if I were to go into veteran free agency, but, you know, I would probably go DeMarco Murray. But at the same time, like, during the season, you know, if one of these guys gets injured and banged up and can't play, I mean, we'll be able to pick up any of these guys out the streets we want to, whether it be Adrian Peterson, DeMarco Murray, like Terrence West. I mean, there's kind of all kinds of guys, and running back's a position where you don't really have to be too involved in the system, just because that thing, it's purely off instincts. You know what I mean? You're not going to teach a running back, you know, when you see that juke left, or, you know, it's all instinct kind of thing. So, you know, if Fournette does get banged up, go ahead.
You're doing a great job, man, UCF, man. I follow you a lot. I just don't comment on the posts on your videos when you come up here. Also, I wanted to touch bases on the wide receiver core that we have, and Rashad Green has looked amazing in camps, man. And it looks like instead of focusing on one wide receiver, man, we might have a solidified about 6 great wide receivers, or good, close to great. How you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see really how, like, the wide receiver, you know, position looks. I mean, you have a few guys that are locked. So you have Dante Moncrief, D.D. Westbrook, Marquise Lee, Keelan Cole, and who am I missing? There's one other guy. Whatever. Wait, we have Dante Moncrief, Marquise Lee, Keelan Cole, D.D. Westbrook, and fuck, we got another guy. I just can't think of it.
DJ Shark.
Oh yeah, DJ Chark. Yeah, thank you. That's a fit. So usually on a team you keep like 6 active wide receivers. So with this year, with us, you know, getting that extra defensive tackle, we're gonna have to take a player out somewhere. So you know, are we going to keep 5 receivers, or are we going to keep 6? If Rashad Green makes a team, it's going to be because he beats out Jadon Mickens at that. You know, at the punt return, because if Rashad Green makes it, it's going to have to be on punt return. And, you know, I can't buy too much into the whole Rashad Green hype, just because he's a guy that only has about 200 total passing, you know, yards in his career. He's a guy that has shown to not really be able to stay healthy. And, you know, I kind of like Jadon Mickens a little bit more than him, but we'll kind of see once the actual pads come on and once these guys actually get hit, because you have some guys that are practice warriors,
right?
Like potentially Rashad Green that can go out there and show a lot of stuff. But what are they gonna do once the pad comes on? Is he gonna when he has to run those slant patterns, is he gonna whimper up once a linebacker comes and hits him, or is he gonna be able to take the hit, man? But I kind of like Jalen Mickens a little bit more than Rashad Green, to be honest with you. But it'll be an interesting competition for sure.
I got one last point, man, and I'll get out your hair, man. I noticed you've been a very, very good supporter of Blake Bortles, but what I want to touch bases on him about in the media, and a lot of fans give him a poor rap, but his first 3 years he had 3 different offensive coordinators. So for the first time in a while, he had consecutive back-to-back years to having the same offensive coordinator, which his numbers increased. So I think he's going to do great this year. How about you? What you think?
I think he's going to do really good. And one thing about him, I mean, he had Nate Hackett for a little bit of the 2016 season, but this is his actual second year in Nate Hackett's system. So he knows the system obviously a lot better. He got some wide receiver help in, got some tight end help in. The offensive line got bolstered up a lot. And, last season he was going to the season just being able to see if he could even compete in the NFL, to see if he can, be able to be good. Now he's going in with a lot of confidence, knowing, okay, this is my team. Yeah. My team got behind me last year, just playing with a lot more confidence. And, I expect, can you imagine if, Blake Bortles, he may not be a Hall of Famer, but could you imagine if he actually played at a Pro Bowl level, how dangerous this team could be?
Because the first couple of years, he had a poor offense. We had the worst offensive line. Then a couple of years, we didn't have a good running game. So nobody talks about his durability. So now, if he reaches full potential, like you stated, man, I mean, if Tom Brady had the wide receivers we had last year, going to last year, and put up the numbers that he did, he'll be a Pro Bowl player. But since Blake did it, nobody's talking about it. I mean, he never had his full core wide receivers all healthy at the same time. So he took a bunch of, I'm not saying nobody's, but unexpected wide receivers that we didn't expect to have the numbers that they had. But he did it. So nobody's talking about that. And also, he got more playoff wins than a lot of starting quarterbacks right now.
I know. I mean, when Blake Bortles went into the season, his 3 starting wide receivers were Allen Robinson, Marquise Lee, and Allen Hurns. Those guys combined probably missed about 70-75% of the season. You had guys cycling in there like Max McCaffrey, Jalen Strong, Jadon Mickens, Larry Pinkard, just all kinds of no-name kind of guys. And you got to be able to build chemistry with your wide receiving core. You even had D.D. Westbrook coming halfway through the year, and he was throwing the ball to a bunch of different guys. He had no really reliable red zone target, even though he was so efficient in the red zone. He really only had Mercedes Lewis, who was basically schemed open. I think Austin Seferian-Jenkins is going to make a huge impact on the team. And, I think a lot of people are sleeping on Bortles, and I think he's going to have a really good year.
Yeah, UCF, man. Hopefully I can link up with you some more times when you come up here in Orlando. My name is Wade. I follow you all the time. Anytime you have this, man, I call in, man. I support your channel from the beginning. I'm a diehard Jaguar fan as well, and looks like you had a great year last year. Both UCF and Jacksonville did great. So.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, Wade, I really appreciate you calling in, man. You supporting the channel. People like you are what keeps this channel alive. If I didn't have people like you, this wouldn't be a channel. So really appreciate you for following along, man.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, do great, man. I continue to watch it. I got you in the background, so I'm watching you while I talk to you, man. So great, man.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, but Wade, you go have a good night, man. Go Jags.
Yes, sir. Bye. Go Jags.
Go Jags. Huge shout out to Wade for calling in. All right, now we're going to go to the 520. 520, who dis? Hey, 520, who dis? Hey, 520, who dis? And he just left the call. Feel free to call back in if you want to. We got the live chat, some weird things going on in here. People calling people names, people stupid. I see murderer stuff going on. Clemson Jacob says, UCF, how did you become a Jags fan? What was your first memory of becoming a fan? I became a Jags fan in when basically I was a kid. I grew up in Jacksonville, so that's how I kind of became a Jaguars fan. I was actually raised a Buccaneers fan, And the first Jaguar game I actually went to, I was wearing Buccaneers gear, and then I was like third or fourth grade or something like that. Then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I live in Jacksonville. Why the hell am I a Buccaneers fan? So I switched over to the Jags, man. I've been a huge fan ever since. But we got 17 people watching right now. We got a bunch of people in Sports Fury Nation following along. Really appreciate you, all you guys, for tuning in. But yeah, I've been live streaming for about an hour, 15 minutes. Probably about to cut it right here. We don't have any more callers on the line. So yeah, huge shout out to everyone that called in. You know, we had Matthew Goodman, the Sports Fury, Jet Central, SLC Seahawk, Christopher Columbus, Wade. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody, but yeah, thank you guys all for, you know, calling in, contributing to the show. I'll be live next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be coming out with another video between now and then. I know I haven't come out with a video between my last stream, but you know, I officially moved back into this apartment on Saturday. Still got some stuff to take care of, but you know, I definitely want to keep the videos kind of coming out. But I got another call coming in, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer it real quick before I sign off. Hey, 909, who this?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, man, I can hear you. What's going on, man? What's your name?
Colonel Gamboa, you know the guy from Sports Fury. Hey, hold on.
What's your name? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, Colonel Gamboa.
Colonel Gamboa. Yeah, I saw you in a live chat earlier. What's going on, man?
Nothing much. I just wanted to answer the quick question. What was it? Fucking my favorite part of the 2017 season.
Yes, sir.
My favorite part, I'm a Rams fan, so I'm just gonna say when they just fucking whooped their fucking Seahawks ass 42-0 away. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, dude, that shit was awesome. And I remember at that game, man, it was like 3-0 at halftime before the second half really opened up. And I mean, there were bombs being thrown on both sides of the ball. Then the Jaguars wound up winning before all that damn fighting at the end of the game, which was pretty bush league. But I was there, man. It was such a wild atmosphere. One of the craziest, probably the second craziest Jag game I've ever been to behind a playoff game.
And also, I have two favorite moments from the Seahawks getting their ass beat, and also fucking the Chiefs choking against the Titans. That shit was hilarious. I wanted the Titans to win. I knew the Chiefs were gonna choke, and in that last minute, I knew the Titans were gonna win. I was just so happy because I know Andy Reid is a fucking choke job artist. So and I was betting money too. So
hey, that's the big thing. I mean, the Chiefs. I don't know what it is about them, man. They choke in these playoffs.
It's just Andy Reid to me, because Andy Reid's been choking like ever since his career with the Eagles and shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy because, you know, I've been watching them in the playoffs all these years, and they've never really gone anywhere, and the Jaguars all of a sudden go to the AFC Championship game. I mean, the Jaguars have been farther than the Chiefs last year than the Chiefs had in so long of them being good, so, I mean, it's just unreal, and I don't know what's up with the Chiefs and Andy Reid and stuff like that, but, you know, we'll see. I mean, they're going to be an interesting team to follow, man. I mean, they got Mahomes, obviously, his first year starting. You know, they brought in Sammy Watkins, guys like that, so they'll be interesting to see how they do next year.
Asking you, what was your favorite part of the 2017 season?
There were a few parts. I liked the AJ Green fight. You know, Jalen Ramsey, AJ Green. I was at that game a few rows back, so that was really fun. I liked the Seahawks game. I was at that game. It was a 4:30 game. It got dark at 6 o'clock, so it was basically a night game. That shit was lit. And I went to the Bills game, my first ever playoff game. Won that, so that was a lot of fun. But also the Steelers game, man. I had a friend in town putting up 45 points on the Steelers, and everyone was counting us out of it. All of a sudden going to the AFC Championship game. That was just crazy and surreal, and it was a special season for sure.
Yeah, but like my favorite fight of the season, the kid Tyler. Who did he fucking fight? It was when he was on the Broncos. The kid Tyler been someone else. I forgot who it was, but like
Aqib Talib.
Memes fucking. Yeah, hang on. However the fuck you pronounce his name. Anyway, I just love that fight. And unfortunately, I have to go right now because like I'm pretty late on time. But anyway, it was nice talking to you. Everyone subscribe to UFC Jaguar. He deserves it. He's already at 3,000. He deserves more, all right? So anyway, I'm gonna head out. Nice talking to you, and peace.
Hey, appreciate you for calling in, man. I'll catch you next time. All right, now we're gonna go to the 520. He's been on hold for a little bit. 520, who this?
Hey, Sean.
Hey, what's going on, Cy? You got disconnected the first time, but glad to have you on now.
I know. Nice to meet you, man. I'm a huge fan, huge fan.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate you for supporting the channel, but I got to ask you, what was your favorite moment from 2017?
My favorite moment of 2017 has to be when we went up to Pittsburgh and we whooped their ass. Like, we put up a lot of points and our defense showed up for us. And it was very, everybody was counting us out. I don't know why, because we destroyed them in week 5. So I don't even know, but it was a very good game, and it was just it was like a turning point. So that was my favorite moment of 2017.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. I mean, just in the playoffs, the way we ended the 2017 season with losing to the 49ers, losing to the Titans. We didn't go into the playoffs with much momentum. We barely squeaked by the Bills in an ugly game. Then the Steelers game, it was like, are we about to get whooped? Like, what's about to happen here? No one's giving us a chance. And we go out and, start off early. We got up to a 28-7 lead on them. We obviously put up 45 points, wound up winning that. So we were all of a sudden on a high. Then we go into the Patriots game. And then we show we belong, man. I mean, we were up most of that game. Unfortunately, obviously, some events transpired. But, at least we weren't like the Titans where it didn't look like we belonged at all. And all of a sudden we, all of a sudden lost. But, I mean, the Jaguars, they showed that they were a team that, people were going to have to deal with for a little while,
Yeah, I felt like we was robbed in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things that happened with the refs. There were a few plays left out on the field, but at the end, I don't really try to dwell on it too much. It kind of happened. We just have to accept it and kind of move on,
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about wide receivers? Me and my friend have this argument. He thinks that we should get Dez Bryant, and I'm thinking, no. I mean, I like our wide receiver core. I really think we can really do something with our wide receivers this year. So, how do you feel about these rumors saying that Dez Bryant trying to come to Jacksonville and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly really like our wide receiver core. We're going to have to cut a pretty good wide receiver this year, and I don't want Dez Bryant because I don't want a guy to come here on a one-year contract, a big personality that's going to be wanting to be force-fed the ball all the time. I feel like we have a bunch of good personalities on the wide receiver core. Our team, we're a running team, so we're gonna have to have some wide receivers that are willing to block, and that's what we have. Marquise Lee, he's a willing blocker. He likes to go out there and block, and he's a very good blocker. We drafted DJ Chark. He's a very good blocker. He's also a speedster. You have Keelan Cole. He's a team guy. T.D. Westbrook. He's a team guy. I think Dante Moncrief is going to be that wide receiver number 1 for us this year. And, I don't want a big personality to come in here and kind of throw all the chemistry off, out of things. And, Dez Bryant, I'll take a hard pass on him.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. We don't really need him. And I'm to be honest, I'm very proud of Blake Bortles. I know everybody, outside the media, they like to joke on Blake Bortles, but they always say he's turnover prone. The dude had 0 turnovers in the playoffs. I don't understand why we keep going poking at Blake Bortles. I mean, he had a very good season. We had some couple bad stretches at the end. We lost to the 49ers and stuff like that, which I don't understand why every time we come to the West Coast, we always I don't know, we don't do well. But I'm very proud of Blake Bortles, man. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm very proud.
I feel the same way. I mean, for any player to overcome the kind of adversity that he's overcome, I mean, he's got a special quality in him, and it's just I think he's gonna have a big year this year. I've said on my channel all the time, I've been supporting him. I even supported him before the season last year, before I kind of hopped off on a bandwagon after just the whole preseason mess that he was. But just the way that he was able to really light it up in December on, no turnovers in the playoffs. I mean, he did everything that they asked him to, and everyone said that Blake Bortles is going to prevent us from going to the Super Bowl, but at the end of the day, there are a lot of different factors I would blame for that AFC Championship loss before I would blame Blake Bortles,
Yeah. And last question: do you think our defense will be top number one this upcoming season? I feel like we were number one. I know they said the Vikings defense was a little bit better. I personally think we were a little bit better, but I really truly believe that our defense will be number one ranked in the upcoming season. How do you feel about that?
I think it'll definitely be a number one defense, and I think it could be maybe a top 10, top 15 defense of all times. I mean, one thing we really got to clean up is the explosive plays. We let far too many explosive plays go on us, even some like long runs. But our pass defense, I mean, it should be here to stay. We should still be able to rush the passer. Hopefully we can stop the run pretty well. But we got to let. I mean, if you look at the game against the Steelers, I mean, we let a couple long touchdowns to Antonio Bryant go. Obviously, that one before halftime to Martavis Bryant. Against the 49ers, we had a deep ball or two. We just got to clean up some of the explosive stuff. And, if we can keep the game in front of us, I mean, this defense, it is stacked with blue chip players. And, I think it could be an all-time great defense.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I'm very excited for the upcoming season. I really think we're going to be in the Super Bowl. I just feel like we're going to be in the Super Bowl. I know everybody says the Patriots, but I feel like the way Tom Brady's aging, I mean, I never count Tom Brady out, even though I don't really like the guy. He's definitely the GOAT when it comes to quarterback, but I really think we have a chance to win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like Tom Brady too much, but I definitely do respect his game. But, I mean, someone's got to de-seat him. I mean, he's been in the last, 8 AFC Championship games, so it's going to run through him, so we got to find a way to beat him for sure. I mean, we have one crack at it week 2, but, we got to be able to, beat Tom Brady to be able to get to that Super Bowl. So hopefully we'll be able to do it.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big fan. I watch you. Every time you post a video, I'm a huge fan of Sports Theory, too. I actually found out about Sports Theory through you. So I'm a huge fan, and I can't wait for this upcoming season, man.
Awesome, man. Hey, Sai, I really appreciate you for calling in. Feel free to call in whenever, man.
All right.
Go Jags.
Go Jags.
Yeah. All right, huge shout out to Sai for calling in. But yeah, that's probably about to do it for this live stream. Been on here about an hour and a half. Thought I'd come out here and get in touch with the people. You know what I'm saying? But hey, everyone, really appreciate you for calling in, for participating. Give some shout outs to people. Shout out to Matthew Goodman, Clemson Jacob, Rocha. They've been here the whole time. Username George, what's going on? Benjamin Horsley, he's always up in the line chat. Colonel Gamboa, huge shout out to you for calling in, man. Doug Infotech, Rocha. But yeah, hey guys, really appreciate you for calling in. And I'll see you guys in the next video.